If you're watching this video, and if you've been following my channel, I'm guessing you are into self-development to some extent. What you're doing right now, learning about tech, getting certified, working on your intelligence, bettering your social skills, as well as technical skills so you can be a better version of you, so you can impress yourself or your family, or to make money, or to work your dream job, or whatever it is that you want to accomplish. This is all part of a self-development journey. Today, I want to talk about the biggest mistakes that I've made during my self-development process. So, let me ask you a question. Have you ever had this experience where, as you are growing, other people get left behind and it bothers you or it makes you sad? Have you ever had that experience? If yes, you can continue watching this. And there are different reasons for this. The first reason is you became fucking annoying with your self-help. And not just you, because even I did this when I started my journey on bettering myself. I used to alienate my family, my friends, and people I cared about, telling them that they should hustle hard, that they need to study, that they need to make more money, they need to learn game, they need to sleep less, eat better, work out, and read books. And what ended up happening over and over is that all of my friends started hating me, and many of them blocked me. Many of them stopped talking to me because I became annoying, condescending, and giving them solutions to all their problems when they never wanted a solution. So understand that now I have a social circle, and in my social circle I need to have people above me, equal, and below me. The people above me are people who I have to provide some kind of value to. These are people like CEOs, VPs, political figures, celebrities, and highly skilled professionals. When I'm around all these people, the last thing I am doing is pestering them with questions about how I can be better, because I can find that information in a book or in a video anyways. Instead, I need to provide them with some sort of value, whether it's with my comedic personality, or maybe I can help them set up some kind of technology with my skills. Maybe I can help them connect with more people. Maybe I can introduce them to more professionals who have the skill sets that they're looking for. And naturally, as I hang out with these higher level people, I bathe in their high vibrational energy, I pay attention to how they live, and I let myself naturally adapt to them. Now, the people who are equal to me are the people I hustle like fucking mad with. Those are the people I text at 5 in the morning during my workouts. Those are the people I have weekly group calls with to discuss our strategies on how we're going to build our skills and how we're going to hone our self-marketing online. And the people below me are the ones who keep me humble and understand that not all of these people want to move up. So don't alienate them for not having the same goals as you. They don't need to be where you are if they don't want to be. Maybe they don't want to go on your little retarded self-help journey with you. If you see that spark in their eye, then absolutely be a friend and help them move out. But don't talk to them about this self-help bullshit. And trust me, I regret cutting a lot of these people out of my life, because even though they weren't as successful as me in my own definition of success, they were still my friends, and I really cared about them. I still wanted to have a beer with them a few times a year just to shoot the shit. These lower level people in your life still have a lot of value in you. They still might be amazing people. They just have different goals. Sometimes people just want to chill and be miserable. People love being miserable. People love just smoking weed and playing video games. And who cares? Like, we were all gonna die at the end of life anyways, so how do I know that their lives aren't better than mine? So maybe having zero responsibilities is better than what I'm doing. All power to them. Like, I don't care. But it's important to look at it that way so that you don't regret cutting out all your old friends and your family. Make a decision. Do you want them in your life exactly as they are or not? Because a lot of times people don't change. And many do, but many don't. So don't keep someone in your life just because you're hoping they'll change. You need to decide if you want them to be in your life. You need to decide if you want them in your life the way that they currently are now. If you want them in your life, then you need to shut the fuck up when you hang out with them. You need to stop giving them advice and just have a beer with them and chill and forget about your goals while you're with them. So, what does that mean for you then? Well, you are an odd person then. A weirdo who wants to work on themselves. You're not normal for voluntarily hustling your ass, struggling, suffering to better yourself. What kind of sane person is only going to sleep 6 hours a night instead of 8 just to have an extra 10 hours to study a week? Normal people walk down the street eating a bag of chips, and if they saw someone walk down the street eating a cucumber, they would say, wow, that guy is weird. What a weirdo. He's eating a cucumber and not a bag of processed starch poison. What a fucking weirdo. So anyways, my point is that self-help is just a hobby. Network engineering is just a glorified hobby. Being a cloud engineer is just a glorified hobby. Let's be honest, let's be real. Yeah, it's a career, you're getting paid for it, but it's really just a hobby at the end of the day. Being a CEO of a company is just a hobby. Smoking crack under a bridge, hobby. Eating 5 Big Macs a day, it's just a hobby. It doesn't matter what you want to do. It doesn't matter what anyone wants to do. Pick your hobby, man. Pick your fucking hobby, and don't shame other people for not having the same hobbies as you. Understand that the way I'm speaking to you right now, his face is priceless for what I said. Eat your fucking Big Macs. Okay, leave me alone, man. Okay, so understand that the way I'm speaking to you right now, this is not how I talk to my friends. This is not how I talk to my coworkers or my family in real life. I don't talk to people like this. And aside from the people I'm hustling with, if someone came up to me and said they got a promotion at Walmart to senior sales associate, I'd just say, great job, man. I love the news. Keep it up. Like, awesome. I'm not going to start telling them to get a better job, or they don't want to hear that. Your journey is your own. Live your own journey. Don't alienate people for not being in the same journey as you. And you know what? Before you judge your friends, before I judge my own friends too, you got to look at them and reevaluate yourself and ask yourself, if my friends don't want to move up in some areas of their life, where am I doing the exact same things? If my friends are focusing on negative bullshit, where am I also focusing on irrelevant nonsense that isn't getting me anywhere in life? There's a popular term in business called opportunity cost. Imagine you are in a villa in Thailand, and right outside your window, there's this gorgeous tropical waterfall with colorful parrots flying around, and all you can focus on are the specks of dirt on the fucking window. Imagine that. There's a beautiful world, and all you can see are the fucking little specks of dirt on the window. Well, actually, metaphorically, there's a lot of times where you're doing exactly that in your life. I don't care how successful you are. Nobody's perfect. Somewhere in your mind is some trigger, some trauma, or some resistance that comes up sometimes that blocks you from moving up. We always see the other person like they're bad. These lower people that I'm talking about, we just see them as bad, when in reality, we might just be projecting those beliefs, that bad picture, onto them, and maybe they're not even bad, but maybe we're just focusing on the little fucking irrelevant imperfections on these beautifully talented people. And I know I'm still stuck in those states. I get that a lot. Sometimes when I go to a prestigious nightclub and there's a lot of high-level men and women, I get insecure and think, oh, they're looking at me, they're laughing at me. When in reality, they don't give a fuck, man. They probably don't even notice me walk in. They don't even know that I exist. And yet I have these anxiety-driven thoughts. So if I have these thoughts, am I really better than the people below me? No. So now we need to know. So now we know there isn't anyone truly below me or above me. It's literally just an ego construct of the mind to even consider that anyone is below me or above me. So, but why am I having these anxiety thoughts then about the rich, attractive people in the nightclub? Well, I got rejected by hot girls in high school. I didn't grow up rich, and I felt left out that I didn't have any money growing up. So I'm bitter towards hot women, and I'm bitter about rich women. And I'm bitter about rich people because at some point in my life, they have inflicted pain onto me. And whether it was directly or by accident, and it's bullshit because I am meeting people who are completely new. I don't know these people. They could be the nicest people on the planet and maybe even my soulmates. But I'm focused on the specks of dirt on the window and think, oh, this hot girl's gonna reject me anyway, or this hot guy is just a player anyway, or this rich business guy doesn't care about me anyway, oh, this business idea is not gonna work anyways, this manager's not gonna hire me for this position anyways, I'm not smart enough for that certificate anyways. All of these thoughts is basically you focusing on the specks of dirt. All these thoughts are the same as the guy smoking crack under the bridge. So how do you break out of this shit? Well, you need to get out there and prove yourself wrong. Go and prove yourself wrong, man. That's the only way these dark insecurities will ever subside. You need to prove yourself wrong, and so do I. You need to prove yourself wrong, and I need to prove myself wrong. And do some comfort zone challenges. I remember doing this comfort zone challenge where I would lay on the ground just flat and not move, and I would think people were going to be mean, make fun of me, step on me, call me a weirdo. But to my surprise, people came up and asked me if they could help me. They asked if I wanted to vent to them. They said, "Oh, are you okay? Can I help you? Are you feeling sad? I could talk to you." And I was like, wow, this was one of the nicest moments of my life where I proved myself wrong and realized people are not out to fucking get me. People aren't out here trying to ruin my day. Then you gotta take that even further and figure out why you even thought that in the first place. And then realize maybe because X, Y, Z experiences, maybe you moved a lot as a kid and you never got the chance to fit in and maybe make friends. Maybe people were mean to you in elementary school because, let's be honest, kids are fucking mean. They're all little insecure little monsters running around in their most primitive human states. They're like little fucking monkeys in the animal kingdom, but people aren't like that anymore. Not most people anyways. I mean, let's be honest, there's still a lot of people who never grew up, but you gotta realize if someone does shit like that to you, it's not because of who you are, rather it's just it's not because of who you are, rather it's just because they haven't bothered to work on themselves. It's just not something they want to accomplish in life. Once you start proving yourself wrong about your negative beliefs, you will go in a spiral upwards, an upward spiral. You have to make it happen. Your bank statement won't make you better. The amount of women or men you sleep with won't make you better. The amount of clients or business partners won't make you better. Not society, not Donald Trump, not Joe Biden, not Justin Trudeau, okay? You create your own reality. You have to prove yourself wrong and root out those deep beliefs to better yourself. Only you. Create your own reality. And creating your own reality starts with saying no. Say no more often. Stick up for yourself. Don't be putting yourself into those dark, nasty realities that are holding you back. The first thing I could suggest is stop watching the news. The only thing mainstream media wants you to do is to keep you in a dazed state of discontent. You need to snap out of it. They're just saying, don't go outside because there's COVID, ISIS, and you will die, and there's clowns. Start saying no. Stop watching all these fear-mongering negative bullshit. It has nothing to do with the happiness and success of your life. There's always something on the news where they say, oh, this one is different. You know, the swine flu, the killer clowns, influenza, Ebola, protests, COVID, 5G towers, vaccine microchip implants. Jorge Navarro will be on the news next. You know, headline, coach forces students to study CCNA. It never stops, and it will never stop. There will always be something there to keep you in a fearful state from which you can't move up from. And here's the funny thing too. I've been in this IT game for 3 years now, and really that's not a lot of time, but I know my first job in IT I was making $25 an hour. And I met guys there who have been in that position for 20 years now. They hit a comfortable limit, and that's where they stopped. My second job, $30 an hour, same thing. More people who were just there for 20 years now. I'm at my fourth job now. I make about $40 an hour. And guess what? I'm still fucking hustling. I'm still working on my social skills, working on my tech skills, on my professional skills to provide value to the marketplace, more value for myself and more value to society. Many people go through the Dunkirk example or Dunning-Kruger where they learn a little bit about bettering themselves, and they get a little bit smarter, a little bit more skilled. They land a job or start running a business that starts fueling their ego. They went through a little bit of pain and bettering and hustling, but just a little bit. And now they think that, they could start looking down on people below them just because now they're so badass. But, that's not what we're trying to do. That's not the goal with this video. If you are 17 years old listening here, if you are 17 years old sitting here listening to this video, you should still be listening to videos like this when you're 70. This never fucking stops. The hustling never fucking stops. Learning social skills, tech, inner game, outer game, money skills, this will never fucking stop. And it's hard too, because this happens to be where sometimes you see your friend or an ex-girlfriend from high school who still holds a very dear place in your heart still, and you see them stagnant or even worse, spiraling down, getting into drugs or whatever it is. It's really hard because you want to help them, and in essence you still love these people, you care about these people, you want to reach your hand out and say, yo, there's this thing called self-help, maybe you should read books, hustle hard, get fit, eat healthy. And it's really hard because you want to help them and you want the best for them. But here's the interesting thing I want you to think about. Whenever you try to help someone, what are you essentially communicating to them? I want you to think about that for a second. When you try to help someone, what are you basically communicating? I'm better than you and you're inadequate. This is one of the biggest pain bodies we carry within ourselves from when we were little kids. You are an inadequate. You ever had that? Where you're sitting at school and you're sitting on the desk, not the chair, and the teacher says, no, bad person, sit on the chair. Don't talk when I'm talking. You're inadequate, is all you're being fucking told over and over and over. What's being programmed into your brain since you were a baby. Our entire school system, society, media, social circles are all based on this. You're inadequate. Fit in. Don't be different. Don't be gay. Don't be goth. No piercings, no tattoos, no weird clothes, no heavy music. Don't do weird things. Don't think outside the box. Don't be healthy. Eat a fucking cheeseburger, man. Go watch a fucking movie. Eat a fucking cheeseburger. So we hear this enough from authorities already, from the government, teachers, parents, whoever else telling us you're we don't need to hear it from our best fucking friend. Yo, bro, I thought you were on my side, dude. We used to play World of Warcraft together. We used to smoke weed and skip school. I just got the new PS5, dude. And now you're moving away to all these different cities, and I see you posting on social media. Your girlfriend is super hot, man. You're making mad money. You wear suits to work, landing all these badass certifications, getting high-level jobs, hanging out, getting drunk with VPs and CEOs of companies. If that's not bad enough for the friend who got left behind, now you're coming back and telling me what to do? Fuck you, dude. I'm just trying to be myself and get by in this fucking world. So while it is extremely hard for the guy who's working on himself, fighting through trauma and negative beliefs, changing their lives, hustling hard, getting results, he still needs to understand that, where their other friend who got left behind is at. And you still got to understand where the other friend is who got left behind is, and be careful not to make them feel inadequate, because I promise you, they follow you on Facebook, they see your Instagram, they see you crushing it, and all it does for them is it shines a light on their own insecurities and their own incapabilities to do better and to take action. So they're feeling bad enough already. And I've been thinking about that enough because I come from a small town in British Columbia where there isn't a lot of people, no opportunities, so there's really nothing to do other than do drugs, play video games, and party in the bush. So understand, a lot of people who get stuck in those smaller towns or even in bigger cities, a lot of people just stay stagnant. They're more involved in news, protests, and controversial groups than their own lives. They're all drug addicts, and they knocked up some girl they don't really love, and they have a kid that they don't really love, and that's like the reality for a lot of people. And many of your old friends might be those people. Like, I'm re-recording this last part in my room because when I was out and about, my beard was scratching, my little fucking pathetic goat beard was scratching against the microphone and fucking up my sound quality. So what I was getting at the last part was, like, do you actually get how bad life is for most people? Like how bad life goes for a lot of people is like life for most people is like the dreams don't happen, and from there they construct a story of how it was all bullshit. And for someone like you who is working on themselves, it's really hard because you want these people to succeed. You care about these people. You want the best for them, but it's really up to them to want to succeed. And a lot of times they don't want to. So sometimes you got to just decide whether or not you want them in your life exactly the way they are now without expecting them to change, and just loving them for who they are at this moment right now, and understand that if they are going to change, it's not going to be because of you. The only thing you're going to do is fucking shame them or make them feel insecure about themselves, even if that's not what you mean. I know that in essence you just want the best and you care and you love them and you want to help, but that's not the way that they're going to see you when you try to help them. So anyways, that's all I really wanted to talk about. And you know, I think I said a lot more when I was out there, but you know, I messed it all up with my beard. so so sorry about the little scratchiness and the sound quality, but you know, I'm hoping that you were able to hear the gist of it. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a good night.